Welcome back to TimberBorn, and I've just progressed through to the morning, so it's daylight. And the other thing that I have done is prioritized the dynamite placement for the river network. We're going into a drought. I'm kind of hoping it's a long drought. We've got 22,000 water stored up, so plus our reservoir. So we're in a pretty good place in terms of water storage. So actually going into a long drought now would be pretty good. We've got the beavers coming in building our retaining wall so we can make this deeper. We'll probably be relying on a water dump, and actually I think Fred, I think this was your suggestion, to use a mechanical water pump to fill this, and that might be a good idea, because that way, even if it's nasty water, we can set it to just pull out the good stuff. The other thing that I'm thinking is I might actually, and I might set that up during the drought, put a double layer of floodgates here and have, I don't know how to get it to work. Basically what I wanted to do is to open when I want to have one set that closes, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think about it, but I would like to resolve the issue we have with the bad tides. So that might get sorted with having some rivers and doing some stuff on bad water diversion. So I am recording this video before the last one where I spoke about my idea of just trying to push all the bad water onto the other side of the map. So haven't seen your comments on that yet. I'm curious about your comments, and probably we need to actually maybe start working on closing this off. And again, I apologize. I'm so bad with a lot of names of people, particularly the newer folks that are watching the TimberBorn videos. And some of you have names that are really awkward to pronounce. Ignoring all those really bad excuses, I am going to delete that block because we don't need it. Delete those blocks, and I am going to put in floodgates. And I'm going to put in floodgates that are too high, because we might end up having to increase the height of this, and then we're going to do the same over here. Slow the game down so we can take a look at things in a moment. And we will need some sort of path that runs along here so we can build our floodgates. And let's put in the same thing. We'll put in some double floodgates over here, and eventually they'll get to building those, and that will be a thing. So it's a drought. It's 18 days. We can drought farm. What should we be growing? Probably, let me have a look. I'm thinking potatoes, because we always seem to be short of potatoes. We've got a decent supply of wheat now, and we do actually have the a wheat farm going in the other district. We will want to stop saying we will want to be planting in some of the other areas. I'm not sure where I was going with that. We're going to plant some potatoes basically. So, and I am basically going to fill the area up with potatoes, and I'm pretty sure we have, yeah, we've got a lot of potato storage. We've not really got much space for grilled potatoes, but we'll see how that works out for us. Obviously, we've got a little bit less growing area because of the whole planting loads of explosives. The other thing that I think I want to make a higher priority while we're here is this is double dynamite. And I want to put double dynamite through there, and that's already at the, okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure that's going to go down too, so I guess we'll see. But I want to put dynamite in there, and I want to make that a high priority so we can put the stream gauge and the floodgate back. I am kind of wondering if we want to open that up a little bit more. We'd probably need to do that, and I'm not sure we can get to that block. So we might want to do it all the way along if we're going to do it. If we're going to do it, let's do it properly, I guess. So make that a single. We're going to need a staircase. This was not at all planned, as is quite often the case with all of my TimberBorn content. I usually come in with half an idea, and we just go for it. So that actually wants to be a triple dynamite, and I'm only putting singles here because once this has been blasted down, we can then apply some more dynamite to the area that we want to get to. That's my thought, and that will hopefully speed up. The whole purpose of this channel is to speed up pulling bad water away from here. So yeah, we have quite a lot of stuff that's super high priority, but they are getting that done, which is awesome. And then so this little bit's been planted by the farm up here, so regulars will remember that. And the rest has got to be planted by these farmers, which they can do now because they have a staircase. I take the staircase out when we have a bad tide because beavers aren't clever. Right, let's run our path up here. I've not decided if I want to have our, I guess, river network dip into the little lake that we've got. So for now, we're going to just kind of work out that path. Let's just whiz over here. And, oh, cool, we've got two. I'm going to pause that one because we don't really need 4 of them running at the moment, but that means they are on to the last one. And the scrap metal is still holding up. These guys are explosive-ing. It's a word. It's a word. So... and we'll carry on with that. Once they've got this done, that is their priority, and they've got some terraforming to do. We've got much spadadock, which is cool, and spadadock is probably coming into this district now, and I don't think we have a grill for it over here, so maybe we should do that in our kind of sprawling city thing. We do have, because we didn't go, yeah, that's because we've moved the bad tide away. We can actually plant here as well. We should probably plant a mixture of carrots and potatoes. I'm wondering if I put that there and prioritize it, whether they'll be able to farm a bit more. But for now, what we're going to do is plant potatoes in there. I wish that blue range thing would stay up once you click on a thing to plant, but let's do that. We are a bit short of beavers, but that's okay. This is all working very nicely now. We can check now because we're in a drought, and it looks like the way we have the water dump set up is just fine. And everything is nicely hydrated. They've done that extra little bit of terraforming. I feel like I'm just kind of jumping around a lot at the moment. I do like to do a quick check when we get something like a drought, and I hadn't done that yet, so that's what we're doing. We could keep pumping water out of here, and we might do that later on. So, yeah. I guess this guy can... Did I high prioritize building that thing? I did. This guy can plant another row further. So, let's do that. And now that that's in, they can plant a lot further, so up to the corner there, which I kind of thought might be the case, but that is good to see. And we can actually, for some reason, do one more row of potatoes as well. So, yep, nice bit of drought farming there. This is all in, so we are going to need a water dump. I'm going to pause because I want to think about this. Is there a way that... Yeah, there is. There is, I think. What I'm going to do, and I'm hoping someone can get to this to build it, is I'm going to put another stream gauge in here, but one that can measure the full depth. Can they get to that? They can. That's step one. So what we're going to do is when that is full, we will open these, which is a good thing to do anyway. But then we will disable it during a bad tide and a drought. So when it's temperate and it's full, these will open. That will push water through, because if we're coming out of a bad tide or a drought, then I'm sorry, I'm just checking the game sound. I'm still on my laptop, and I only have the one screen. So just, I guess the game's paused. So yeah, there's game sound there. Sorry about that. Yeah, what that will do is when I play without headphones on, because I'm not a big fan of game sound, which is why the game sound in my videos is quiet. Anyway, what this will do, if we have it so that, and I don't think I can attach it to an unbuilt stream gauge. No, so we're going to prioritize that as well. Basic. And that's all. We're going to disconnect that one. So what we're going to have basic. When a drought starts, it's going to go to 1. When a drought ends, we're going to ignore that. When a bad tide starts, it's going to go to 1. And we're going to ignore that. And basically what we'll do is we'll then set it to this stream gauge to say when it's full, you can open. That will sort that issue out. And then, yeah, I think we replace this with a piece of terrain. I hate computers sometimes. I've just found that OBS stopped recording again, and you guys missed quite a lot, so I'm going to recap. We have put in a power shaft along here, which is connected to a deep water pump, which is being built. The deep water pump is connected to the stream gauge over here, so it will keep this reservoir between 1.6 and 1.99 meters deep. And it's also set to just pump water so that if there's a bad tide, it won't pump stuff. And then I've put in a farmhouse here and a farmhouse here, which I think pretty much perfectly lets us farm the whole area. So that is good. I don't know if I put in a bunch of double platforms along here so that they could place the explosives. And I went to just check before I hit the detonate button that you guys were still here and you'd wandered off. So let's have our first explosion of the day. It's kind of annoying because I think it crashed quite a while ago, so a bit frustrating there. So let me recap what else we've done just in case. I realized that this can be deeper, so I've put in single dynamite all the way through here to make this a bit deeper, and it's going to be too wide, and we're just then replacing the bridgeway across here. I've put in some stairs here so that the beavers can get down to place the rest of the dynamite, so we can then place the floodgates back to control this. Let's high prioritize those because those are the important bits that we want to be able to get done to do that. I then drew out our next section of river system, so that's going to connect this bit down to here, and I planned out this bit, which is going to start bringing the water down through here. There's possibly other bits that I've missed. I'm sorry. I'm away. I'm recording on my laptop. I only have one screen. I had actually brought a second travel screen from AliExpress, but it stopped working after about 2 tries. So something that I do intend to invest in is a decent screen for when I travel, because it does make my life significantly easier having that extra screen. So, yeah. I don't know why I've got that set to sunflower seeds, because we ain't growing any sunflower seeds. Let's put it to something that we're growing over here at least, which can be carrots, and then we will set that to supply. Oh, yeah. So you'll probably keep losing game sound more often now as I tab out to check to see if we are still recording. Yes. Awesome. Right. There's another thing that I want to do in a drought, but I don't think we have time now. That I've missed that. It didn't occur to me to get that going. So yeah. But what I did think about doing, and again I've forgotten in my slightly scattergun brain, is we wanted to put in a grill for the Spadadoc. And actually probably where I would put it would be where we've started farming. But there's no crop there, so let's clear this off. I guess, yeah, we've got them set to harvest. We want them to be set to planting to get another cycle of potatoes in. Can we get another cycle of potatoes in? We can if they're quick. And then, yeah, what I want to do is the grill is actually, it's only a 2x2, so we can just put that there, and then I think we can throw a grill on top of that. We'll set that to be grilled Spadadoc. We can, if we delete these, we can put in some pit warehouses, and we can have one set to Spadadoc on obtain, and we can have one set to grilled Spadadoc on supply, and that will allow that to work. And then we can put back the potatoes that we didn't need to take out. Awesome stuff. So that's good. Let me just check our storage levels. We've got space for stuff, so that's okay. Yeah, we're going good. I am so annoyed and so sorry that recording screwed up. It's one of the downsides of recording on the road, but yeah, as I say on some of my farm sim videos, I'm a gamer who plays video games and records them while he plays. I don't necessarily make all this stuff to be, well, it is made to be content, but it's more that I'm enjoying playing the game and I record it as I enjoy playing it. So yeah, and I want to keep playing when I'm on the road because it's relaxing. So that's kind of it. That's kind of it. So that's in. So let's detonate those two, and then we're going to put in probably now. What are they? Are they triple floodgates? Are they more than triple floodgates? We might need to go to the metal ones. Is that going to be high enough? Yeah, that'll be high enough. Let's do triple floodgates. And then we will do a stream gauge. We could do the stream gauge back here. No, we can put it where we need to put it, because they can build it from above there. So let's put that there. Let's get that prioritized and done so that we can move onwards. Good stuff. But they can get to those. So cool. Yeah, happy with all of that. These guys, no, they've got space, but I'm kind of thinking that with where they are, we will tell these to stop planting now so that they get that harvested and cleared before the water comes back. Maybe the same with these guys. Did I put? No, that's our actual farm. Our actual farm. These guys are set to planting, aren't they? Yep. So not sure why they're not harvesting these, but you know, they've got space for them. They'll get to it. So Yeah. Not sure what these guys are working on from a building point of view. I suspect they're probably building that thing that I told them to build. Yeah. So these are empty now, so these can be deleted, which is good. We can recover the materials from those, although we're not particularly short of any materials. So, yeah. You know, they don't need to be there. They're not useful for the farming, so let's get rid of them. Trees-wise, we're doing good still. Power-wise, we are doing good. That is nearly full. Are you bringing in extract? Are we getting extract into here? We are not. Are we actually set to import extract? I wonder. No, that might be why we are not completing that job. So let's force import some extract. Let's go over here and tell these guys as well to. These guys are force importing extract. So I'm kind of confused, but well. Yeah, because we need extract. Don't we need extract for this? No, we don't. But we do need to get this job done because we keep running out of power. And I'm pretty sure that these windmills would be enough to store some power on top of generating the power for the factory. So, yeah. Are we getting this built? We maybe are. So, yeah. And I'm also realized that I'm playing on super slow speed, which is probably why things are happening really slowly. So let's speed it up, because that will help things be done speedier. That looks very dry. Unpause. You should be unpaused, my friend. You should be dumping water, buddy. Oh, you are, slowly. Okay, let's hope that doesn't dry out. Let's hope one water dump is enough. Yeah. I wonder whether, I don't know if they've got the capability to, whether we should be building a large tank to store biofuel over here. Where's the last one you click on, isn't it? Let's see if they can. Amongst all the other things that I keep asking them to do, we will make that biofuel, and then we can turn the biofuel plant back on and get a bit of a stockpile, which would be good. They are building these now, which is even better. So stuff is happening, and explosives is being placed, and all of the good things that we want them to be doing. Yep, they're doing that. They're doing that. Brilliant. I will get to this. I promise. I just don't feel like doing it today. It's a bit of a design exercise, and I've done it once, and I wasn't happy with the design that I came up with. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it until I'm not on the road and I've had a bit of time to think about it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Why are you paused? Because this is pretty darn empty. I know. I know, because I was dumb. This should be... What? Oh, no, it's attached to the stream gauge over there, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. No, that's okay. I was cleverer. Yeah, because when there's water in here, we don't need to put water in there because these plants are growing. I know what I'm doing, honest. Is that... Yeah, I'm assuming they'll get to those. They'll get to those. It's okay. Yeah. Maybe we could speed up the pumping out of here, get this emptied out at least to the point where it's It's sorted. This seems to be doing okay because we've got our flywheels buried in here. I was thinking that this is doing okay for power now, where I was struggling before, and it's because I did something to help with that. This has stayed hydrated for way longer than I expected, although it does look like it is. Did I not? I didn't, did I? I need to cancel the planting in this area now and just get them clearing this up. Right, let's do that. They're still building that, but they are getting on with it pretty well. Yep. And they probably do want them to build that first so that we can have this nice and full so that the farms then are in a better position. Because I think once this is up, we might end up hydrating more of this as well. So that's a thing. That's all in. So let's detonate that and get these guys some power storage. I know I have had the request about doing something better for power than windmills. Again, we will get there. You guys know I do nice long series, so we have a long way to go yet. We are nowhere near being close to thinking about ending this. We have not even started looking at the other side of the map. Spoiler alert, that is coming. I have a plan for something kind of different, but we have a whole half of the map that we have not touched, so we will get to it. We will get to it, I promise you. Still loving playing this map. So yeah, there is no way we are finishing anytime soon. These guys must have logs. No, are we not importing logs? No, let's fix that. Let's import logs. And they have their little log farm, but obviously that's not doing what it needs to do. You are not paused, but you can be because you've done all of your planting. So we're just, and you don't need to be switched on because the trees aren't ready for you to do anything to them yet. So yeah. We are okay for bad water over here still. I guess we're importing it. No, we're just not using it very quickly. Okay. That can be a thing. That can be a thing. Oh, we're on to gears now. Brilliant. We've got loads of those. That'll be fine. This is out of extract. Why are you out of extract when we've got loads of it there? Do you need a little tank for... I think you do. Let's go storage. Let's go pit tank. It's not going to fit in there unless we put in one of those, and then we'll go storage and pit tank, and we will make that extract and set that to obtain, and hopefully that will help these guys because they'll have an extract tank right next to them. I guess we're just kind of mega stockpiling stuff. Yep. That's okay. There will be big projects to come as yet. Do not worry, my friends. I'm sure you're not worried. You're just watching some guy play a video game. No. Oh, well, they got that built. So let's unpause you and get more biofuel made. Okay. Want to get a stockpile of everything before we build some well, I think we'll probably build more bot part factories. I would like to have go to my usual one of each, and then we'll have the two assemblers. But I just want to get a bit of a head start on the parts because you always end up running out or not having enough of one or the other. So it just seems sensible to me. Yeah. I don't know if it was lost in the lost bit of recording. I'm still debating on whether I make a big water tank over here because the water storage that we've got seems to be okay. So yeah, curious what folks think about that. But what we're going to do over here is attach to stream gauge And what we want to do is, if the contamination is below 1, you're closed. If the contamination is above 2, you're open. And that will allow water to be pulled through then once they've placed all of the stuffs, which is going to take them a little while because there's loads to do. And that's okay. That is okay. Hopefully we get a nice long temperate season and or another drought so that we've got time to get some more of this done, because that would be kind of cool. It would be nice to actually get some of this finished. And it is nice also to get in a bit closer to the beavers doing their beavery things. So getting explosives placed. It looks like the water pumpers have pumped out all they can. So let's pause those guys. And actually, I'm going to adjust this because we don't want them to unpause when temperate starts, really. Because I like to have this. We will pause and we will pause. I like to have this reservoir nice and full, actually. And we've got the water pumps around the outside that actually supply all of our water. So yeah, that is kind of good. One of you suggested doing terraforming around here, and I am not entirely sure what you meant. So I'm sure you're watching. Please explain. Whether it's just making this all a bit neater, I'm not sure. And we could probably get rid of a bunch of it, actually, because we don't need to have it there. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm kind of keen actually to have a bad tide to see if this change works, but equally kind of not. So like the gears are literally just there. How is it taking you so long to bring 80 gears from the 862 that we have stored? Yes, I know I have too many gears stored. Wow, that's finally dried out, which is pretty good actually, because and those potatoes are going to die, but we've at least got a nice boost. We've got, let's get this district selected. Yeah, we've got a nice boost in food. We're in a much better place, which is really good. So yeah, that's dried out, which is partly why I deepened it, because if we had it full, it would still have water in it. So yeah. This is staying just hydrated, which is good. And this will open up pretty quickly come the end of the drought. So that's nice. Yeah. How are we doing for our limbs? It's going up slowly. It seems kind of slow. They don't have any power. I've not actually looked to see if our power grid is generating enough power. We can build large windmills out over this area, so I'm not too worried. We can deal with that. We can increase that quite significantly. Quite easy, so yeah. That will be absolutely fine. Oh, what's the time, guys? Okay, that's okay. I actually need to finish eating my dinner, and it is kind of later than I would normally eat dinner, but that's okay. That's okay. The other job that we are going to need to do when we detonate all of this is to, well, we don't need to, but I think it would be wise to, we've got 3.9 days. Let's do it. Let's go for it. So what we need to do is delete these floodgates. We are probably going to need to delete. Let's hold off on deleting that. Let's do this bit first. So we're going to put in some double explosives there. We will super high prioritize that. And then we're going to need to knock this away. But I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. So, yeah. we might have to put in some ladders to do that. Actually, that would work. Let's do that, and then we can rebuild it. Sorry, Beeves. Actually, can you get to that from there? Yeah, you can do that, can't you? So actually, let's just do this. I prioritize that as well. That's double. That's triple. That doesn't matter. Actually, that'll create a bit of fall. That's okay. So get that in, and then we can. No, that's. Yeah, I'm going to go for triple. And then, actually, we didn't need to delete these ones, so we can put those back, and then we'll put in platforms in here, and we can replace that. So that is going to mean that we are going to detonate this whole chunk. Unintended consequences and all that. But who doesn't love a nice nighttime explosion? There we go. So, and then we're going to put back in, actually we're going to not put back in, we're going to put in triple floodgates. And then we will put in some doubles again. And we am guessing need to then prioritize stuff like that. And then I'm wondering if we should put the stream gauge down here to detect the contamination. Because stuff's going to fall in there as it flows. That probably makes sense. So let's throw in a staircase there and then a stream gauge there. So let's also prioritize building that. Did I click on those? And let's see if we do have logs in this district now, which is nice. Yeah. We need to make that a bit wider, and then we will end up. Let's do it now, because it's kind of nice to start joining this stuff up. Let's do that, and let's put in our double dynamite across there. And let's give that some priority so they get it done. And yeah. Progress is happening very slowly. Very, very slowly. This is really good to get this done. So when we have power, we have lots of power. And that's why having these framed flywheels or flywheels of any sort is really powerful, because it lets you store so much energy in these things. Yeah, so much energy. I know what I didn't do. Oh, I did set the recipe. They just haven't got around to finishing building it yet, because they're lazy beavers. Yeah, lazy beavers. All right. I was going to say let's watch some of them work, but I think they're done for the day. They're off, sat around the campfire. It looks like some of them are carrying stuff. Maybe they're carrying. They haven't taken off the frame that they use to carry stuff when they're haulers. Maybe, but we're in a pretty good place for food in this district. They have now built the big biofuel tank, and they're working on t'other one. I'm kind of pondering. Speeding this process up a bit. Don't tell anyone, okay? But I think we're going to do that. No one saw. No one saw. I'm not getting impatient for bots. No, not me. No. That's you. It's you that's impatient. Yeah. Cool. They're getting that built, which is really good. I'm guessing they need to build these first, which they're working on, and then they'll be able to build this, and then we will be sorted. And yeah, this is the start of the river system or channel system, I guess. Yeah, and if we can get them to place these darn ones over here, we could maybe blow some more stuff up. So you can be paused now as we come to the end of this drought farming cycle, which I think has been pretty productive. Yep, we've got 1,500 potatoes stored and 4,000 grilled potatoes. So pretty good. Pretty darn good. Everything that I want prioritized is maybe not quite prioritized enough. So let's give that a bump. And yeah, they are working on the floodgate, and yeah, I'd say I really hope this is just going to help pull that water through. So what we're going to do is attach to stream gauge and disable during drought and bad tide. Start of drought, it goes up. Start of bad tide, it goes up. And then into advanced, we are attached to that stream gauge. And what we want to do is the normal 1% down, 2% up, and that's that sorted. So that we call, let's watch them build this, because not something that I do particularly often, but it's kind of cool when you get into late game because stuff happens quite quickly. There's quite a few beavers actually using that as a shortcut to get somewhere, but here they come with piles of logs as well, which is cool. It's very cool. Do like it. Yeah, get this built. Get this built. I do need my information. There we go. So that bit is in. Hopefully now they'll start working on this bit. Then we do need to, obviously, if we're going to be detonating all of this, we're going to need a way to get the farmers across it so that they can still do their job in the drought. Yep. I know this is going to end up having been a slightly shorter video because we lost some because of the crash of OBS. I'll be back home tomorrow, and TimberBorn recording will go back to not being affected by this because I record TimberBorn on my desktop, which has multiple monitors. So, but yeah, I am going to look at picking up a better screen for when I'm traveling, because it was really handy having the cheap AliExpress one while it worked. But then it died. So you guys are done. So you can be paused and you need to be deleted. Hopefully there are no beavers downstairs, or if there are, they are charging back to where they can get up, which is not what I expected. I think they went up through the warehouse. Oh no, they went up there. Let's delete that as well. I don't like having staircases where they can get to places where they can find bad water. We have grilled spaladoc coming. Awesome. More food, more well-being. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. So, drought has ended. This is in place and poised. This is poised, so we'll get to see this fill up in a little while. These are letting their water out. That's what happens when it's the end of a drought. It's okay. There will soon be water flowing through and replenishing that. Right, those are all inside. Actually going to detonate this because I'm impatient. And yeah, we'll see if I've screwed things. We will see if I have screwed things up. So let's have a look as the water comes in. It's obviously going to need to... My only concern is whether it will get deep enough to fill this, because we didn't make the same change here that we made over here. we'll see. We'll see what happens. See if I've created a problem for myself. It looks like I might have. So how can we fix this problem quickly? Well, what we can do is we can delete those. We can grab some explosives. We can high prioritize placing them. And that will probably do the job we can. Let's get those placed and then we'll think about deleting these and putting explosives there. But yeah, that has caused us a little bit of an issue, but not too major. And it might now back up where we've got the floodgates here. So actually we might be okay. In fact, we are okay, but I do think we should fix this so that it behaves a little bit better. But yeah, that's done a thing. That's done a thing. Yeah. Awesome. They are getting that built. I really want them to. I'm going to prioritize that. I want to get that finished, and it's just metal blocks, really. So. But we do have a little bit of scrap metal left. We are getting to the point where we are going to need to open the mine up. And that's where if we had got bots going, it would be a lot better. The limbs are coming, but quite slowly. So, yeah. Everyone is hopefully pumping water. And actually, we ended up in a really good place water-wise. So, yeah. This has worked, which is cool. I didn't actually get to see it working. And this is working and is also cool. So, that should fill up now. And I'm going to wait until it's full. This is doing its job, and you can actually, it's really pulling the water out of there, the bad water out of there quite successfully. This is actually dry. I'm almost wondering if we didn't need this wall, if we could have just had this canal pulling it out. Pulling it out, not pulling it off. Children, please grow up. Some of you, I know, will have been thinking that. So over here we are now, I believe. Yep, we are full on biofuel, so you can be paused. And you can go and do something else because we are kind of short of beaver power over here. So maybe with where we are, we should be thinking about putting in another. Well, let's try and get by until we get to the point that we've got bots. Let's try and get by until then, I think. That's probably a better idea. That's filled back up really nicely. Those have all filled up. That's been placed, so we can detonate that. And then we can put in here our triple floodgates. And yeah, I think probably again we're going to want to put a stream gauge down in the hole. And I think what I'll do, I'll actually try and get that done pretty quick. So let's put that in. Let's prioritize building the floodgates and prioritize building that. Did that take? That didn't take. There we go. So get that done, and we'll be back in a really good position with this. And yeah, I think at the very least, if we get a bad side, this might actually help with what I wanted to do and pulling the bad water out, because in that case this would be open. So, and even better if we manage to get all of the explosives down here placed, which they're working on and they will get to, I'm sure. Yeah. So we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm really curious to see how this behaves when we get a bad tide. Obviously, we've kind of changed things on the map now, because the only place bad water comes in on where we are is here, and it gets pushed off of the map pretty quickly. And so most of this side is good water. If we blocked off this, we'd be even better. Can we get there? We can. Do you know, I am really tempted to do that. And no, it always misses when I click on the path. But this is not a massive building job. So, and I'm not going to say I'm going to be more efficient building this, but I think we're just going to levy across here. And I know I don't need to put some of these in, but I kind of like to go into the corners, and then we'll put some platforms in and we'll path across here. And that'll be really interesting to see how that changes the dynamic of things, because that's going to push any bad water coming in all the way to here. And it's kind of interesting, I guess, as well, because the good water from this side mostly seems to flow down here and then maybe mix in around here. And I guess eventually we need to work on closing off all of the bad water sources over here. But, you know, there's only so much you can do in a time playing the game. But with another drought coming in, I'm really actually quite happy that that's coming, because we can carry on with our explosives placement. We don't need to particularly rush to sort this, which is cool. We will get that sorted. We can re-establish the drought farm. And what I think we're going to do is just be quite simple and put some double platforms across here in a few places so that we can keep working on all of our farming stuff. That should be okay. That should do the job that we need. And I guess the other interesting thing is we've now got a 2 deep pool of water here, which is deeper than this, so should survive a really long drought in terms of keeping the farming area hydrated. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I really want to get this done, or certainly for next time, so I'm going to give that a medium priority. We do need to give these a high priority so that they get done. Yeah, and maybe, you know, I mean, they're carrying on placing explosives, but it's obviously a bit of a slow job. But maybe we will get more of this done next time. That'd be cool. That would be cool. I do want to prioritize that as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting as we start to close off the flow from the other side of the map as to how that dynamic changes. And is there an exit on? Just looking to see. Yeah, it's quite a way down. In fact, it's all the way down. So probably what we would want to do if we wanted to section the map in half is we would need to, if we came across here and then maybe across here and maybe here and here, I'm not sure. The other thing is we could just start capping the bad water sources, and maybe we should think about doing some more of that. There is one in there, and once we get some of this stuff built, we could get to that. So this is going to be my last activity of the video, I promise. Maybe some of you are disappointed. As I'm pretty sure there was a good 20 minutes of rambling that went the way of an OBS crash. I don't know why it goes through phases of this. It may be that I need to do an update to OBS, or maybe that I updated and I need to undo an update, because that sometimes happens. So let's do that, and then we will go into water and bad water dome, and we will place that over there. And we will get our path to it. And I'm going to, for now, have that as a low priority job. So, because there are quite a few of these. There's one there. There's one there. Or is that it? That is it, actually. So that would cap off. Yeah, there's two. So that would cap off the bad water sources on that side of the map. And the only one we would have flowing is the ones over here that we've got pretty tightly controlled. So I'm kind of happy with that, to be honest. Kind of happy with that. We're up to 80 limbs, which is great. I say I do want to fill the limb warehouse and then we'll switch across. Basically, I want to get to 200 limbs, 200 heads, 200 limbs, 50 heads, 50 chassis. That'll give us enough to build 50 bots. And then we'll get the bot factory, the bot part assembly thingy bobber in and carry on from there. And I think at that point, I'll make sure that we've got all of the bot part factories that we need as well. So over here, what we want to do, and that's going to stop us doing some of the stuff that we just set up over there, but that's okay. We want to place that's 2 down, 3 down from the top. So we want to place a double explosive there. And then we want to do the same on this one once we can get to it. Okay. Not urgent because we've refilled all of our water stocks anyway, so that's kind of good. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, what we could do if we wanted, and again, slightly concerned about changing flow dynamics, but we could levy across here, and that might make this a little bit deeper if we constrict the exits. Slightly concerned about getting pockets of bad water if I do that, so maybe we would do it across here, and we could maybe have terraformed this into one little island. Yeah, I don't know. So many things we can still do on here. All right, let's just have a quick check on those. Are a way off yet. That's all behaving brilliantly. I'm really pleased with that. If we're going to get a drought, we want to put back our staircase. And I actually wonder if maybe we throw a staircase there, whether they can farm a bit further over. So I prioritize those so they get done. Let's watch everything drain out and see how things look. There we go. There we go. So that's that. But we now have this nice deep pool. And wow, they can farm a lot less of an area now. I wonder if we platformed over a lot more of it, whether that would get that back. Whether actually, maybe if we put path across, would that help? Not really. Yeah, I think we need to be building a lot more platforms in this if we want to keep drought farming. Now, there's a question for you. I'm actually going to remove those because I'm not sure that we want to do that in the way we're doing it now. So it's an 18-day drought. We've got ridiculous amounts of food, so I'm not going to drought farm this time. We do need to make sure that this gets built, and for some reason they don't think they can get there. Maybe if we delete that one. Surely they they can get to that. Let's unpause and yeah, there we go. So we do need to get that built so that we can automate these floodgates. So is that at super high priority? So that's good. But yeah, I think we are going to make sure those are closed so that in case I forget to automate them, we're going to call it a day, I think, with what we've achieved. So we've started the lake construction or the canal system construction. I'm not sure if once it's all done, this is what it's going to look like when we're in a temperate season. That would be kind of cool, but we'll see. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them below. And I will see you next time when I'm back home and things are back to something a bit more normal.